I'm Robert Marsden, a retired Church of Ireland clergyman from the Diocese of Clogher, where I was canon and later precentor of Clogher Cathedral. I was honoured to have been awarded the Chevalier of the Legion of Honour from France. The President and the people of France awarded this to me for service, being on active service in France, in Normandy, and on through the rest of the war. I arrived in Normandy on a reinforcement draft from the Royal Enniskillen Fusiliers and was posted to the 1st Battalion, the Hampshire Regiment. The remnants of the 1st Hampshires were sent to reinforce the remnants of the 2nd Battalion, the Devonshire Regiment, and as such we were posted to the 7th Armoured Division to form part of the Infantry Brigade belonging to the Desert Rats, as it was known, and stayed with them then till the war ended.
Arnhem, one of the most dramatic and gallant feats of this war, has been performed by the 1st Allied Airborne Army. 4 of the 5 Dutch landings were a complete success. The 5th, though it fought a losing, isolated battle, contributed immeasurably to the victories of the others.
The Guards Armoured Division had taken Nijmegen and gone across the bridge, heading towards Arnhem, and infantry followed on and took over. And when we got there, it was in time to rescue 2,000 of the paratroopers across the River Rhine.
After one of the most heroic episodes of this war, the men of Arnhem, now only 2,000 strong, retired. These men did not fail. In the 9 days and nights they fought, they held the Nazis back. Thanks to their courageous sacrifice, Nijmegen Bridge, undamaged, is in Allied hands.
The Battle of the Bulge, we managed to stop the enemy advance and hold them and turn them and then follow them on. They had the weather in their favour, but once the weather broke and the planes could get in, it finished. Yeah, the ceasefire came on the 6th of May, and at that stage we had got as far as a small village in Schleswig-Holstein adjacent to the Kiel Canal, and in the heart of it was the parish church, and it was Lutheran, a little gem. The doors were open and I went in, and inside was peace, quiet and the beauty of holiness. And up on the chancel stood a brick-built altar surmounted by a great crucifix. And Luther never swept the crucifix from off the altar, and it depicted a Saviour who died for us, and it was just as I had seen the same sufferings of lesser Calvaries in friends and comrades. And over to the side, beside the pulpit, was the war memorial, and it commemorated the men of the parish who had lost their lives in World War I. And on each side of it were hung little miniature laurel wreaths, and each one had a white ribbon across it with another name and a date from the war just finished. And at that moment the doors into the church opened, and a little elderly lady came up the aisle and came over and stood beside me, and she pointed to one of the names on the memorial. It said "Mein Mann," and then she pointed to one of the little laurel wreaths, and she said, "Mein Sonny Boy." She'd lost her husband in the First World War and her only son in the war just finished. And as she pointed to her son's name, the tears welled up in her eyes and just poured down her cheeks. And I could see Mary standing at the foot of the cross, Mater Stabat, Mater Dolorosa, Mother standing, Mother of Sorrows.